Hi, I'm Marjorie Drucker, chef and owner of New England Soup Factory, and I think you're going to be really excited about what we're making today. It's probably one of the most popular soups that we serve at New England Soup Factory, and it's the Greek Orzo lemon and chicken. It's one of my personal favorites, and I describe it as hot lemonade. Now, the recipe calls for 8 cups of chicken stock. This is homemade chicken stock. And while I understand that it's a good idea to have cans and boxes of stock available in your pantry, when you make a soup that's as chickeny and as intense as this soup, you really need to use your own chicken stock and not something from a box or can, because the intensity, it's all about the broth in this soup. So here we have about 8 to 10 cups of really rich, beautiful chicken stock, and I'm adding a cup, 8 ounces of Orzo pasta, which is a small little Greek pasta. You see it a lot in pilafs. So we'll bring this to a boil, we'll cover it, we'll cook it for about 5 minutes, and then we'll be adding the rest of our ingredients. So our pasta, our Orzo pasta, has been cooking in our chicken stock, and we're about 3/4 of the way there in terms of its doneness. At this point, when you have a little extra chicken that you have from the night before, or maybe you buy a rotisserie chicken at the supermarket and you pull it apart, add about a cup and a half of freshly cooked chicken breast to your Orzo pasta. Now the secret to this soup is the eggs. It's kind of like, this is kind of a take on the avgo lemino recipe. But I actually created this recipe because I always loved the idea of chicken and lemon soup. Right in here I have about 4 to 5 large eggs. And this is going to add this really creamy, eggy, lemony, luscious kind of effect on the soup. I'm going to wait for the soup to come back to a boil. As it starts to simmer slowly, we're going to drizzle these eggs right into the soup, and quickly they're just going to have little curds and be delicate and tender and really delicious. So now we're adding it, and it's turning into yellow, eggy strands, much like an egg drop soup. And at this point, we have our eggs, we have our chicken, we have our Orzo, and this is the juice of 2 to 3 lemons. I happen to use Meyer lemons, and we'll add that. And we're going to add the zest. These are the Meyer lemons. They're nice and soft and yellow. I left them out the night before so that they'd be really nice and soft and juicy. Grate our zest in, so now we have pretty much everything except for the spinach. And this is what's going to pop it. It's going to add a real bright, fresh green color and flavor, but when you eat it in the soup, it just slides down. At this point, we're going to season it with a little kosher salt. And we're going to add some freshly cracked black pepper. And soup can be on your lunch or dinner table in less than 25 minutes. So we're ready to eat. I have to tell you that this soup does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to really touch you inside. It's supposed to refresh you, revive you. It's just hot and soothing. I know that this will become one of your most treasured recipes. So I certainly hope you'll try it at home. And remember to use that wonderful, rich, homemade chicken stock to make it really deep, intense, and delicious. And here we go, our Greek Orzo lemon and chicken soup.